My sound machine's not happy. In fact, my friggin' computer's shocking me. Keep on talking for a second. We'll try this.
He's got a machine that shocks him, Craig.
I don't know what is going on here. I was testing some new equipment, and I've got my aisle might be having a short in it.
Basically, the machine's just ticked off at you.
Yeah, that's it. Had a good. What'd you do for Christmas?
Slept. It was epically awesome. And it's on.
Can you hear that? Okay.
Yeah, came through on my side.
You slept. You couldn't hear on your side?
No, I could hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we had a great Christmas. I mean, Christmas holidays. We had a lot of family here. Yeah.
Good.
Finally, people are starting to visit me now.
They're just trying to stay. They're just kind of like getting acclimated to the fact that you're in Reno now.
Yeah, well, it's a good place to visit. It's nice. There's a lot to do. They went skiing, had a good time. We had parties every night, and we just stayed and worked. And
wow, you guys are party animals.
Well, Karen and Karen started new. You know, one thing on this show, you probably want to talk about what should an agent do right now. It's the new year.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get your ass go. Today is the day to really get going, and they should have been going
before that.
Hopefully, got a lot of Christmas cards out.
Basically, hopefully, Bill's. Are you okay with this, actually, Craig? Hopefully, Bill's wife is going to join us, and I thought you might have a quick 10, 15 minutes online consultation with her.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are. It's your show.
What time do you have to leave, Craig? 10?
I have a hard stop at 5:55.
Yeah, so
5:55. Got you. Okay. Hopefully, she makes it. She's with a client right now, and that's good.
Yeah, that pays money.
That always takes a priority.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. Episode
32.
132. Okay, here we go. The multitask. Okay, we're back from the break, and we'll go on with part 2.
Yep. So I was saying to this question, how you deal with, you've got a list of contacts and you just either they're in paper form or something. First of all, I think you've got to turn those paper contacts in some digital. Either you hire an intern or somebody to help you to get them into a database.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to either ring them up or email. It's probably best to ring them up if they're contacts that you haven't really touched base for over a year. And I agree, as we were discussing before the show, Craig, that I think it's a bit, and you agreed, it's best just to be honest. I'm ringing you, here's Jonathan, how you doing? I'm trying to back my, trying to keep in contact with you, better. Just be honest about it, low-key honest, and say, and you'll be sending out email and you got to tell them, why they should care and why they should agree. Would you agree with that?
Well, I mean, if you try to script them and schmooze them and BS them, they're going to see right through you.
Yeah.
Okay, look, it's like being sold, and who wants to be sold? Nobody. So, hey, man, yeah, I totally screwed up, and I really wish we could get together. How about I buy you a beer? How about I buy you a cup of coffee? Or let's grab lunch. But give them 2 options, not just like you want to get lunch? You do this. Be like, hey, Jonathan, do you want to? I'm buying. So, do you want to get a lunch? Do you want to go get a beer in the next couple of days, or do you want to go and we'll go to Taco Tuesday? See, you give them 2 options there because they're like, I don't really like tacos, but let's go get a glass of wine or a beer or something.
Yeah. I don't know how much if you got a big list and you're hiring an intern or somebody to do these phone calls. Would you, to get them, would you set up some kind of offer, some kind of inducement for people to agree, or do you think that's still a bit cheesy, or, what's your feelings around that?
You know what, if you were going to do something along those lines, what I would do is I would offer them, hey, I haven't talked to you guys for a while. I'm running a sponsorship or a coupon or something. Like for our team, what we do is we offer up $25. Golly, that camera got close on that. $25 gift certificates to a place called Forbes Mill. It's a high-end steak place.
It doesn't look nice. It doesn't look nice, Craig. You're making me hungry.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I had to go try it out, right? So I had to go down.
No wonder you were in the gym this morning. If you keep going to there, Craig.
I'm going to do it a couple of times a day. But it's something that's it's a $25 gift certificate. That cost me 38 cents to produce. And I hand that thing out like candy to everybody around. Like, hey, Jonathan, I haven't seen you for a while, man. Hope all is well. Yakety schmackety. Hey, you know what? I have something for you. I'm gonna run something by and drop it off for you. How's that? And then you go by and you drop it off. And you say, here's a discount I was able to negotiate with this high-end steakhouse. You know what? Go take your wife or your friend or significant other there, and get back to me. Let me know how the service was. I want to make sure they're treating my clients right. That encourages the re-engagement.
Now I want to go on. Hopefully, Karen's going to join us when she's finished.
She is. Well, she'll give me a heads up. We'll take a break.
I want to talk about your one of your uncensored podcasts, and I think you about attitude, because I think you were talking about in one of your podcasts. You were talking about a lady that. That's become quite effective, but I forgot the lady's name. Hopefully you'll remember. But she was quite timid, and she didn't really want to do the door knocking.
Jane?
Yeah, I think it was Jane, actually. But you said she, with your help, she's got out of that mindset. So can you go through maybe some of the things you do with somebody that's a bit reluctant to get out from the secret agent mentality? Maybe.
Yeah, you just get out there and you actually just go. I took a young gentleman out a couple of years ago door knocking. He's a young African-American gentleman, nicest freaking guy you could ever want to be around, but very timid, very, very timid. And where I work is a highly, Caucasian neighborhoods. And I did get him out door knocking. He wanted to go door knocking, but he didn't know how to go. And he was literally afraid of being physically shot by a bullet by going door knocking. And when I said, that's it, get in the car, we're going door knocking. Mm-hmm. And I took him out and I showed him that by bringing value and just saying, hi, this is who I am, where I'm from, the reason I'm on your front porch. I'm out here doing blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to see if I can bring any value to you folks. And then just having an actual conversation using the Ford technique, the Ford conversation technique of family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. And try and extract out of them information about them and how you could bring value to their life. It was a time that transformed his mindset, because at the end of our door knocking, there was an elderly woman that came to the door, and no joke, this is like a fairy tale kind of a thing. No, older woman comes to the front door, opens up the front door, fresh cookie smell like smashes into you, and she listened to us do our spiel. She's like, well, hi boys. Are you guys hungry by any chance? And we're like, yeah, we love a cookie. And she's like, let me be right back. She goes into the back, grabs 2 nice cookies, and she hands it to us piping hot on napkins. And I turned to him. I said, so are you still afraid of door knocking? He's like, nope, I think I'm going to do it. And it was all because you just have to show people that the hardest door that you ever do on door knocking, like we were talking about, or cold calling or whatever else, or pop buys, the hardest one you do is either going to be your car door is going to be your hardest door knock, or your first phone call, is just getting past that fear of everyone rejecting you, because they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting what you're offering. Only 3% of anyone that is out in the general population has any desire to talk about real estate at any given moment. Another 6%, so roughly 10, want to do something maybe down the road. So you have basically a 97% fail rate for anyone who wants to do something right now. That's okay. That's still plenty of business for all of us, but you have to be excited about the no's. And I'm not sure who it was in the comments a few minutes ago, cracking me up. Where was it? Podcast Homes, dude, that was hilarious. Yeah, you should just carry a sold sign. Darren Hardy from Success Magazine, that's when he was doing real estate. Here in the East Bay, he would go to for sale by owners and expireds, and he would say, hi, my name is Darren Hardy, and he'd hand them the sold signs, and he says, you're going to need this when you work with me.
Okay. Hey, we're going to go to a break, and Karen will be on when we come back on. So let me set her up down there, and then I'll record. So we'll keep the recording down to about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and it'd be good. A lot of good information.
It's your sphere.
Yeah.
Those are your people they're going to refer you.
We put a lot of effort into doing a good Christmas letter. And let me drop in. I dropped in Karen.
I agree with that, but I think it's bigger, and I think it's one of the, you know, I think if most agents realise that the more contact they have with people personally, online, in any shape or form, will, you know, as long as they do it in the right way, will lead to more leads, more contract. They are terrible at it, and it's one of the things why they lead to depending on portal sites too heavily. But I've got no actual problem with a mixture, but I just think it's dangerous to rely on any one form.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
So you've got a spread. I think that's more the better.
It is. I want to address one thing really quickly. Lance Wald, you got a good point there. You hate people when they come to your front door, and I totally get it. That's actually genetically engineered into your mindset, because, you know, what happens when someone comes to your front door? They're trying to sell you something, right? Well, like I've been saying, you're not trying to sell anything. You're there to bring value and information to these people. And if you go out there with a servant-minded attitude, so the example would be this. Hey, my name is Greg McDaniel with J. Rockcliffe Realtors here in town. Just wanted to quickly come by and let you folks know that a property is sold in the neighborhood over 123 Main Street. You know, it actually just sold for $23,000 over the list price, and they did it in 6 days. So letting you know the market's still cranking, smoking hot. I wanted to see if you had any questions about the marketplace, or if you had any questions maybe, or if you folks might be thinking of selling. So with that script right there, that is a way for you not to sell, but yet still bring value to them. And that will trust me on this. I've been doing this business for 17 years. I've made over 75,000 cold calls, and I've door knocked tens of thousands of doors. You know what? You're going to have a jerk every once in a while out there. It's just the way it goes. But as long as you just have the right mindset of trying to help them, you know what? They might be upset, but I've turned around tons of people doing that. And I'm glad. I mean, at least you know that, you know, you're not denying it, but I'm just saying that that's the way I do it. Yeah. My father had to.
I think it's the mindset. Yeah, I think you just got to be light with it. You know, you're going to get, like you say, the odd jerk, but don't make too much of it. I know you get a bit fed up when it happens, and you can dwell on it, but it's nothing. You just get on and just get on to the next people, don't you?
No, I don't even pay any attention to them. You know what? Hey, someone peed in their Cheerios this morning and it ticked them off, or somebody stubbed their toe. Their wife told them to blank off. You know, their kid came home with purple hair. You know, who knows? Their boss, you know, made them work on Saturday. Who knows what it is? They're probably not yelling at you. They're just yelling at life at the moment. You're just dog. You're the dog they're kicking.
Yeah. But you know, I think systematic so what's your suggestions when it comes to actual content? Because I think there's a bit of a balance, isn't there? I think what you said about your partner, the cycling, you said he cycled through and he's brought in tons of business through actually. Is it that through his cycling, his hobby, that's just increased his natural farm of all the people that he knows? So having an effective hobby for an agent that means they meet a lot of local people can be a pretty powerful thing, can't it?
It can be a very powerful thing. I'm going to answer that, but I want to tell Lance one thing. It is their home, but you're not invading it. I mean, that's the one thing that you have to understand, that it is their property. But you know what? If they tell you to kick rocks, go kick rocks. Say thank you for your time, and you're on your way. But it's go to YouTube. Google my name, Greg McDaniel, door knocking. Okay, there's going to be 4 videos of me in a white shirt sitting at a desk. These things have been seen all over the globe. I mean, tens of thousands of views on this. It will walk you through exactly what I mean by that. But I mean, Jonathan, to your point, you find something that you actually enjoy, or talent that you have, and it could be something. Like I had a lady that was huge into gardening, absolutely huge into gardening. And she's like in 5 or 7 different gardening clubs, and she didn't know how to leverage it. And I showed her how to put events together with.
Okay, we're coming off a break, and Murphy just jumped in with the microphones on the other computer. And that's why you always pre-plan your rehearse before you go out for your listing presentation. Same way with Blab. So, Karen, it's all yours. Your very first lab recorded conversation.
Right, off we go again then, Karen. So basically, you seem to be getting traction now. You joined a really high quality brokerage, Chase International. So what do you see you needing to do in 2016 to kind of move the progress forward even more?
I would say meet more people and get more contacts daily, really. And I do that I like to door knock. It's a little bit easier for me than phone. For some reason, I'm more intimidated on the phone than door knocking, but because I'm only 5 foot. And so when I go to the door, more people have to come to the door because they're like, oh, well, it's no one, So they're more open to the door, and it's easier for me to have a conversation on a one-on-one than I don't know, the phone bothers me more. So maybe I might try that phone prospect, and I did it a couple times in a phone banking system where you hook up and it's like an automatic dialer. Mm-hmm. And those are easier to do than versus just dialing, because when you just dial, you tend to want to take a break.
After the first phone number.
Automatic dialer, it's already up. And all of a sudden you hear a hello and you're like, oh, okay. And you start talking. So that's a little bit easier than if you have to manually do it. But, just meeting more people, I really getting to know Reno better. So I feel more comfortable where the good areas are and where it's expanding, and seeing the new subdivisions and what's being sold there, mm-hmm. and where people are coming from. It's kind of interesting in the market here is where they're moving from to come to Reno. So that's kind of interesting.
So it seems to me it's kind of relationship building.
But, both through prospects and through agents. I mean, I'm getting to know a lot more agents than before. And I think that helps because when I go to present an offer, they get to know me, and so then they know how we work. And so it's easier for me to get the offer. Not easier to get it accepted, but, I think people will look at your offer if they know you more. Yeah.
So, Craig, just give a bit of background information. Karen's an extremely experienced agent broker with almost, is it slightly under 20 years or 20 years experience, Karen?
I've had over 20 in California, but I just new here in Reno. So I'm starting all over.
So she's new and she's trying to build relationships with in this area, more established agents. Have you got any advice for Karen about how to do that? And have you coached other people that are pretty experienced, but they've moved to a new area and they're trying to get themselves reestablished? Craig,
are you trying to get reestablished, Karen, with agents or with potential buyers or sellers?
Potential buyers or sellers, really. I mean, when I come here, we didn't know anybody in Reno, so mm-hmm. you have to get relicensed. Mm-hmm. So I had to go through the licensing process, and then just meeting people that are new that, here it's, I would say Reno, everybody knows everybody here for some mm-hmm. reason, and everybody like a realtor. And it's like, you have to break in, and a good percentage of people are more retirees here, I think, that come here and they're moving out of, let's say, California and retiring, and they're paying cash for their homes, and then the kids follow because they're either taking care of the kids are coming to take care of the parents, or vice mm-hmm. versa. So finding more buyers and sellers that don't have an agent already, or like with the retirees, most of them say, oh, I'm going to stay here for, a lot longer than your average 5-7 years.
Right, they're gonna be carried out in the pine box, going to be buried in the backyard.
Exactly. Yeah,
so going out horizontal. Oh yeah. One of the things that I would recommend would be working with Bill and creating a series of short clips of videos with all the editing and mic equipment you guys have in your home, and get ahead of these buyers. Go figure out. I mean, I'm sure you know where the feeder markets are that are coming into Reno. So maybe Bay Area. different parts of, that, are feeder markets, and start doing Facebook ads or promoting a short video into those marketplaces. Promoting the video is going to be more affordable than doing the Facebook ads. But if you can get Greg McDaniel, who is retiring to Reno because that's where I want to live, and I don't know anyone up there yet, but I keep seeing these videos from this Karen gal who is this very professional looking realtor with all these great videos about what the marketplace is doing up there. The likelihood of me thinking of you first is going to be much more. It's kind of like postcards, but I'm on a mega scale.
Right.
Also creating a YouTube channel with these videos and doing meta tagging in the back end, doing way more than 10, like 15, 20 meta tags. So when people are searching the information, your videos will start popping up. I would also go out and I would start making videos for like Bill's going to be working with you on either audio recordings. But I would prefer to see video recordings in regards to what the different shops are. Do interviews with bakeries, restaurants, clothing stores, local businesses, whatever you can, and just basically ask them, say, hey, Jonathan, I know that you own a really great sandwich shop in town called Bubba's. Oh, I'm just picking a name. Can I do a quick interview with you to help promote your business? And then you can post it on your social media. With your permission, I'll post it out on mine. I work with a lot of buyers coming into the neighborhoods from out of town, and they don't know about you. That is evergreen material. And it is a lot of fun. They're going to love it because there's no cost to them. And they can then wow, I got interviewed. Oh, who interviewed? Oh, this top agent here in the area. And then you can say, look, I'll even put out a $20 boost for it in the neighborhood on a coupon or a bonus that you have or a special. And you do that a lot with all these different shops. The real plus there is not the fact that it's not like they're gonna be the ones potentially giving you the referral, giving you the business, but Jonathan, who has hundreds of people through his shop every single week or day, he overhears conversations. He hears someone talking about real estate, and you just did something to help him. He's going to be much more apt to suggest you and hand out your information. Those would be some of the things that just right off the bat I would do. You do door knocking, maybe create a blab that you do for different neighborhoods, and then you put the link on that on the back of all your door knocking material and say, hey, we do a blab on this part of town, on a weekly basis. Come check it out if you ever have a minute. Mm-hmm. It just reaffirms you as the aficionado in the neighborhood. It doesn't matter if you've been there for 10 days or 20 years, as you well know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think that was fantastic. How long have you got? I think you've got to be off in the next couple of minutes.
I have 3 minutes.
Yeah. So how was that, Karen? Do you think that was some good ideas?
Yeah, there's some good ideas. I definitely need to get out more and do it. And video, more people see it online, so it's probably easier that way.
You can do this too, Karen. If you don't want to lug around mics and video cameras, see this thing?
Yeah.
The handy dandy iPhone. Go to my Facebook page, Greg McDaniel. I'm holding up a young child by his feet, who's my nephew. Go to my videos and you'll see some of the stuff that I do. When I take the camera, I just turn it around and talk about the homes. I get thousands of views on this because I then go and tag everybody that would be appropriate in those. It's 100% free. Facebook loves this stuff. So does the marketplace. So tag Bill, tag your brokerage, tag you're in it, tag your lender, tag the owners, tag their kids, tag everybody. It always generates agents contacting me, buyers wanting to know more about it, and then you take that, you upload directly from your phone to your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Do your personal page is the way I do it, and then I tag my team in it. And because Facebook loves the original content. If you do a YouTube link to Facebook, they hate that. They'll go low grade. They'll shove it down in the feed list. But after you take it to Facebook, then you upload it to YouTube. Then you take that and you put it on your blogs or anything else.
Right. Well, we do a video. We started doing videos for my open houses. So right in front, either a day before, I'll do the video and I'll scan the neighborhood and the house and just kind of get people to come during the open house.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Fun to do, And
yeah, it's really fun.
And then we post that on Facebook and then our blog.
Another good idea when you're out door knocking, if you build up a good rapport, I can tell that you're probably very, very good on the doors. And let's say you meet me and we just start talking, we're starting to get along, and there's a good rapport built. Pull out the old handy dandy iPhone here and say, hey, Greg, I really appreciate you talking with me. We're going to have a lot of people at this open house, and there's going to be a lot of great families that are potential neighbors of yours. And they always ask me why this neighborhood is so great. Would you give me a 30-second testimonial on why you like it so much?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
We've had a lot of people really get a good response from that because now it's not you telling them. It's like it's a Yelp review essentially.
Yeah,
from
it's
a neighbor.
like a Yelp review for the neighborhood. Yeah, why'd you move here? What do you like about the neighborhood? Yeah,
exactly. And then you take that collection, as you collect these videos over time, you put them into different YouTube channels like West, Reno, East Reno, North Reno, South Reno, YouTube channels, and meta tag them and bring them up onto your website as well as reasons why. These are the types of neighborhoods we represent, kind of a thing.
Oh, I think that's great, Craig. So just to finish, how can people contact you, Craig? How can they get hold of your great advice and coaching?
Guys, if you want to, you can do two things. You can actually three things. You can go to iTunes or Stitcher and subscribe to our podcast called Real Estate Uncensored. You can go to reupodcast.com, and if you want to start watching our past podcasts there, or call me and do what they call the McDaniels challenge. It's when I do a free hour to hour and a half free coaching, which is actually where I'm going right now in the next 5 minutes to do a McDaniels challenge. And I do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys would like to take the challenge, and call me on my personal cell, 925-915-1978. Again, 925-915-1978.
Oh, thank you so much, Craig. And I think you gave some excellent advice to Karen. And I think we covered a lot of stuff for agents to listen to in the new year. Thank you so much, Craig.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Bill. Karen, a pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. I look forward to coming back sometime.
Bye.
Are you guys off? What am I doing here?
I don't know. I'm still on.
Okay, I'm clicking out of here. Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye, Craig. Right, so I think that I felt that Craig gave you some good advice there, Karen. What do you feel?
Yeah, I meant he had some fresh ideas, I guess. I like the idea of going around asking people what they like about the neighborhood and kind of putting on recording. If they're, if people are open to that, I think that's really gives a lot of weight to the neighborhood and to the, like you said, you're not telling them how good the neighborhood is. This is people who actually live in the neighborhood. And I think that's a great idea. And you could put that on.
Yeah.
And then as your open house, you can play it as if someone's really curious about the neighborhood or, they have a lot of interest in the neighborhood. You just say, the neighbor down the street, this is what he has to say. And they've been living here for, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. That has a lot of weight, that they could go see.
Yeah, I think what Craig's saying to you is to.
Okay, Jonathan, we did about everything you can do wrong on a netcast, but that's okay. We had fun, and then we're learning, and it was early.
I thought Craig was really good, wasn't he?
He's always good. And the three things that I picked up from him, and he said it's important. He said, first of all, when you go out with your laptop, put something on the back of it that says, hey, ask me about real estate. Have some kind of branding, shows that you're real estate, some kind of cover. So maybe I could build a product, and we can sell that product. What a pain in the butt to build a product, but that's what might work. And then build a shirt that says, ask me about real estate.
Yeah, I like your feedback about this, Bill, is that when you are, doing door knocking, I think having a card that's magnetized.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And having some inducement on the back of the card saying that you do a monthly draw and sending them to a landing page that asks for their email, their name and email address.
Great idea.
and like giving like a $50 a month Starbucks card or something like that, and which you could get, you could have a monthly draw with the businesses that you're interviewing. So it probably wouldn't cost you anything, and that would be promoting the local business. But having something back on the back of that magnetized card that goes to a specific landing page, which is gathering email addresses.
You can't do it on the magnetized card, but you can certainly do it on a normal card because the magnetized card has a magnet in the back. But you definitely do it on your normal card, and that's a great idea. It's a simple landing page. Landing pages aren't difficult once you get it going and hooked up, but just doing it.
But maybe have a give them two cards, your normal card and a magnet card, because I do think that idea is so simple, but actually it's very effective because people do put those on their fridge, and when the next time you contact them, especially when it's got a nice picture of you, they do remember you, don't they? I
used to buy thousands of magnetic cards. And I'll tell you what, my stuff looks really good in the magnetic cards if you look at the old ones. But, we're not recording right now. I don't like those chase pictures on the cards, black and white.
Yeah, they're probably not the most effective for that.
No, I wish they'd go, like Kieran's got such a nice, look at our picture there, compare that black and white.
Yeah, so...
Hey, anyway, Jonathan, I'm going to be playing around on this computer. I'll get it working real fast.
Is there any chance we could have a quick Zoom?
Oh, we can do that right now. Yeah, I'll do that later. So,
can you set up?
I got to stay on. I want to show you a new trick with Zoom.
Right.
I believe it or not, the guy, you know him, Rob Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Hicks knows the Zoom owner.
Does he?
So he loves Zoom, and we're talking about it. He's an interesting guy. We're not recording right now. No one's listening. So Rob Hicks knows Zoom. You got to have your stuff scored, especially I do. Just doing this. Let's see. So I'm going to start a video conference, and the way I'm going to do it is there's an ID right in the top. So just go up on Zoom right now. I'm going to give you the number.
Oh yeah.
Turn on your Zoom. It's 189.
Oh, just give me a second.
Okay.
So join. Oops. Yeah. What's it?
189.
18. Oops.
Just type it in 189.
189. Yeah.
490.
Sorry.
490.
490
860.
860.
Yep. There you go. You're up. So I'm going to hang up here.